We've got a really busy week ahead of us in the shop this week, but as I mentioned in the last video, the shop has been kind of turning into chaos lately. At this same time last year, I was still working by myself, and now the shop has grown to a team of 5 people, and we have like 30 plus jobs on the go at any given time, which is pretty amazing, but at the same time, I was not prepared for that type of speedy growth. I had no systems in place, no procedures, no standards of doing anything because I was working alone. When you're working alone, most of that stuff is just kind of in your head, and it's fine when you're working alone, but when you have a team of people, that doesn't work. So I've been trying to figure out ways to start improving this and fixing these problems, and one of the things that I really gravitated towards was the whole concept of lean manufacturing. Now, I've known about lean for a few years, but it just never really grabbed me because every time I looked into it, it was always presented in a really goofy ass way, or the way it was being implemented was just kind of sloppy looking to me, like people making contraptions out of scrap wood and cardboard and just, I don't know, their workspaces, even though they were technically organized and well functioning, they just looked kind of shitty to me, and I never really wanted to get into it after that. But with all the problems that I've been having in the shop lately, I dove back into it, and I finally found some stuff that really resonated with me. People that were doing it at a high level, both visually and philosophically, I guess you could say. And after I found that, it was like an immediate light switch just flicked on in my brain, and now I am obsessed with this whole thing. So this is the direction that I want to take my shop, and I think this is the direction that's going to fix a lot of what we have going on here. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole explanation of what the concept of lean is. There's a ton of content on YouTube for you to look up and figure it out. But to sum it up into one sentence, it is the elimination of waste through constant daily improvement. This is not something that's going to happen today. It's not going to happen by next week. It's not going to happen, a month from now. It's something that happens over an extended period of time. But at least I can start today and get the team on board with this concept and start, implementing it in the shop. So to kick this off, I'm going to teach the team this morning about the 5S system, which is one of the main building blocks of this lean manufacturing philosophy, which is sort, set in order, shine, standardize, and sustain. And honestly, right now the shop is super gross because we've been grinding. We had so many tight deadline jobs with pretty big volume going on, so nothing really got taken care of in that time. So we're going to shut the whole shop down for the day today and just focus on those first 3 S's, which is sort, set in order, and shine. And just clean this place up and get it to at least a baseline so that we can start figuring out ways to improve it. So we're just making small improvements. We're just picking off the low-hanging fruit today, the stuff that will just make immediate differences in the shop. Things like this, something that's so stupid and so simple, but really didn't click in my head until I started thinking this way, like our web adhesive for printing hoodies. This used to live on the shelf over there. Why? The press is over here. We've got another spot for it right beside the damn press. Like, I don't know why that was over there to begin with, but again, these are those small little improvements that are going to make big differences in the long run. Savvy's over here in the embroidery department, organizing thread by color, making a nice little rainbow. That's obviously nowhere near all our thread. That's just kind of the stuff that we use on a regular basis. I'm going to build a shelf on the bottom of this machine because there's all that wasted space there so that we can stack all that thread up underneath and stack like some of our hoops and other stuff down there. That'll make a huge difference too. So our washout and screen reclaim area, it is probably the worst area in the shop. It's disgusting in here, and it was very disorganized. We've gotten rid of a ton of the clutter. There was like all my old static frame screens in here that were just hanging out here forever. Those are all gone now. We got rid of like every unnecessary chem that didn't need to be here, threw out a ton of stuff, and now it's a matter of like cleaning this place down to every little nook and cranny and then figuring out a way to start standardizing and making this flow and making it nice. So that's on you.
Sir.
Start cleaning, start scrubbing. All right, thought of a smart one. Gather round, children. So this is what this shit is literally all about. I just thought...
Gremlin mode over here.
So this is what this shit's all about. I just literally thought of this on the spot. I was looking for a fucking spot for this because the Windex get used to clean the exposure unit pretty much every day. And usually it was over there. How fucking smart is this? Ugh. Little hook right on the side of the cabinet to hang the Windex right beside.
Is there enough clearance?
Yeah, I
is there
checked
enough
that.
clearance? Yeah, okay.
It works. It works. So if I can figure out a way to have the paper towels mounted beside it too, we're golden. And now I don't have to walk back and forth, and that thing is always there, ready to clean the exposure unit. I love this. This is so awesome. This area has been driving me crazy forever. This has always just been a crap collector. This is the first thing people see when they walk in the door, which sucks. So, and this is also kind of like my desk where I work sometimes, and I have to work around all this. So I gotta definitely sort this out. You know, I got people's lunches and stuff here. We got cupcakes, we got cookies. We got all kinds of stuff going on here that doesn't need to be here. It's out. All right, the team is gone for the day, but the shop looks amazing. We got rid of so much stuff out of here. It is ridiculous. There was an insane amount of equipment and accessories and consumables that we just realized we weren't using. I must have pulled probably like 40 gallons of ink out of here alone. And also, look at this reclaim area. I mean, come on, this thing is sparkling clean. I could eat my lunch out of this washout booth. It was disgusting before, and there was a dirty, filthy sludge swamp in that filtration system that we had to deal with. But man, this looks incredible. So now we have at least a base that we do that, 20 minutes of 5S time in the morning every day from here forward. We can hopefully keep it this way. This is obviously still a very long way from what someone would consider as a lean shop, but I mean, we had to do the very basics to get there. So we had to sort, we had to get rid of a lot of the crap laying around here, and now we have somewhere to build up from. I did, however, make a couple very, very small process improvements as we were cleaning up because things were coming off the shelf, like, moving the web adhesive closer to the press where I actually use it. So if I run out of a can, I gotta walk like 2 steps to get it. That seemed obvious, but it never clicked in my head until today. Another really simple one is the reg mark tape. I'd always find myself walking around the press to find it because we'd have like 1 or 2 of these rolls on the press, and then, you'd walk around trying to figure out which head it's on. I don't know why this didn't click into my head till today, but I finally just put a roll of tape on every single head all the way around the press. So now there's always one where you need it. That seems super obvious, but again, I don't know. Didn't think of it till today. And then my trusty little Windex hook and paper towel dispenser. I use this every single day, and almost every day I would struggle to find this crap because somebody moved it around or we ran out of something or whatever. It was ridiculous. Now it is exactly where I need it to be, right beside the exposure unit, where I spray this stuff on and wipe it literally every morning. Those tiny little things are gonna start adding up as we start stacking those improvements and just making us more efficient. The next thing we gotta figure out is obviously incoming inventory. This is still a disaster. But yeah, super good day. We got so much done. A lot of people probably think I'm crazy for shutting down an entire day of production just to do nothing but cleaning and organizing, but in my head, you gotta go slow before you can go fast, and this is definitely going to pay off in the long run. So it's a very small sacrifice that we can make up pretty easily. Anyway, for the next couple of days, we're gonna catch up by just doing all of the simple stuff to pick off here in the shop. We've got a bunch of one-color jobs, some simple sticker jobs to do. Not very interesting, but we do have a very cool sim process job. I think it's 7 or 8 colors, something like that. So let's move on to that, shall we? Well, it's been a smooth couple of days doing all those one-color jobs. We never get one-color jobs, by the way, so it's really weird to get that many of them consecutively. But before we get on this 8-color today, I've made a handful of shop improvements. First one is that now all of our spray bottles are labeled and color-coded so you can see what is what from across the shop, which is going to help tremendously. We used to have Sharpie labels on all the bottles, which usually just washed right off or smudged off or were hard to see, and I can't tell you how many times I grabbed what I thought was a water bottle to spray something and sprayed press wash on it, so no more of that. We got this basic SOP sticker for the drying cabinet showing how that all works to help Jordan, our newest guy, and to help anyone following him. It's just good to have that, visual reference around so that nobody makes stupid little mistakes. I noticed a few days ago when we were cleaning the shop that everybody was fumbling around with power cords trying to figure out what did what, so now everything with a plug on it has a label. That's gonna help a lot and speed up the process if we have to move any equipment around or clean or whatever. Our Sparkling Clean washout booth now has labels for the dirty and the clean brush. Again, just eliminating little mistakes so that way you don't accidentally grab the dirty brush when you're degreasing a screen and just mess up the whole thing. I made these killer little foam inserts for all of our shirt parts. I'm obsessed with this foam now. This stuff is amazing. So this is just the basic tools needed when stacking up shirts on here for a job. You know, some scissors in case there's any loose threads or whatever. You know, a knife to open the box, a marker to write anything down on the work order you might need to write down, whatever. This way no one's ever searching for this stuff. It's right there within arm's reach anytime you need it. And then in the embroidery queens area, I've made, again, little foam cutouts that are double-sided tape to either end of the embroidery machine. So that way there are the tweezers and the snips, you know, within reach pretty much anywhere she's at on the machine, and then they're not kind of laying on here or getting lost or whatever. Now there's a home for them. And finally, one for me is I stuck all kinds of crap to the control panel on my press. Now all the tools I need to run a job, like my water, my scrub brush, you know, the web spray, my regular palette adhesive, lint brush, everything I could possibly need is right there within arm's reach, so I'm not like, you know, moving around looking for it. It's all just right here. I can grab it, which is gonna be super nice. It's not the most pretty thing to look at, but we're going for speed and efficiency here, and this is definitely that. I have so many more of these improvements planned, but this is a good start for now. Anyway, the team should be pulling in any minute now. We'll have our morning meeting, and then we're gonna get to work and knock out this super sick 8-color print. Today we got the tattoo show stuff.
Oh, nice.
Complex,
Cool.
8-color sim process type of deal. So no embroidery today. First thing this morning, there is to go through some of the boxes, because most of these are the tattoo show, and find all the stuff for it. And then you'll be mixing inks this morning.
Fantastic.
So yeah, we got your favorite. Get all that stuff done. We'll get it all prepped, ready, and then we should be good to go for lunch. I don't know. We'll make screens and stuff while you guys are doing that. We gotta have a little meet about the edit. Try and get this, at least the fronts of these things printed today, because there is a lot.
What is it, like shirts and hoodies, or?
It's shirts, t-shirts, tank tops, and like raglans, like baseball shirts.
Oh, yes.
So we got to do like different colors of shirts and shit in this as well. So like we got to shut off different things on the press that's going. It's gonna be a little bit of a thinker, but we'll get it easy. And that is it. So that's like literally the only thing we're doing today is just that one, because it is a pretty sizable order. That bad boy done, we'll make a cool video.
Woo.
Well, we're gonna do the thing. Huh.
Oh, Power Rangers.
James!
Oh! Everybody went the wrong direction. So for this one, we're doing 2 laps around the press again. Unfortunately, it'd be nice to get one of these where it just goes around in one and we can haul ass, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. For this one, we're gonna print, obviously, our base, stamp it, do 4 colors wet. There's like a cream, orange, brown, yellow, all that stuff. They're really heavy coverage colors, so I don't know how well this is gonna work with the wet on wet printing. We might have to readjust this. I don't know. Wet on wet is just like a constant game of figuring stuff out. I'm still not 1,000% dialed on it, but I'm getting good. So we'll go around 4 colors, wet, flash, second rotation, we'll print the final 3 colors, and then we're done. Hopefully, this goes through without any problems. What did I say last time? I said, every time we set up a print from now on, I'm just gonna say this is gonna fucking suck, so that it goes smoothly. No more jinxing myself. Yeah, we just don't got enough contrast and shit going on here, so the seps that they recommended were good, the colors are just not. So I think we'll pull this peachy color, needs to go to like an orange, like a real orange, and then we'll probably pull this ugly brownish black out of here and just swap it with a real black to get it to contrast more, and then it should work. Should be fine. Like for a pencil drawing, we're pretty good. We just gotta do some color tweaks. We'll swap those couple colors around. That's gonna be a real fun fucking procedure. I think that might work. Kinda still got that peachy tone to it, but you know, much, much darker. So
What are we doing right now?
Oh god, changing the color.
Why are we changing the color?
Because this was supposed to be black, but it's more like a shit brown, so we are getting rid of it and replacing it with a proper black.
dark brown. Fuck, wonder if the color we took out of the black screen and put that in there almost. I would say, yeah, it might be a little too dark. Yeah, that one's out. That one looks like Sunday morning after a bad night out.
Taco Bell.
These have kind of a yellowy orangey look to them, so I kind of feel like that'll be the right way to go. Or do we go with like an orangey brown, like a fucking really dark orange? Yeah, you might be right. That might be the better option. Yeah, let's use this guy, see what happens. So this is the not fun part about sim process sometimes. Sometimes you gotta do like a few color changes to get it looking right compared to what you see on the screen. Sometimes the separators are removed from the process and they don't know how these colors react when you get them on press. So this is one of those times we just gotta change it out a few times until we get it right. Way better.
Look at that.
Way, way better. Now we're where we need to be. Now I think we're there. Oh, it took a while to fucking get there, but we did it. All right, so it took us quite a while to get here. We made a few mistakes just on colors and whatnot. We had to change a few things, but it made such a difference changing out the orange and especially the brown. We changed out the brown color to a much deeper tone, which added way more contrast to this thing. Now it looks exactly like the pencil drawing did. So we're golden. We can print this thing. Also, someone decided to unlock the base screen and take it out of there when I told them just to take the ink out. So we're running about like 45 minutes behind because I had to re-register the entire job.
Yeah.
Minion. Well, other than all those ink changes and Jordan messing up the registration on us, this went relatively pain-free. And clearly looking at these two shirts side by side, that making those ink changes was the right call. This first one is super washed out, did not look good. Those changes added a ton of contrast, made this thing look exactly like the pencil drawing, so sometimes that's what you gotta do. But still, these are those type of inefficiencies that add up over the long run. We probably should have got this printed a lot faster today and been working on something else for the last hour or two of the day, so we gotta tighten that up, figure that out. We made a bunch of huge changes here in the shop, which made a big, big difference, but we definitely gotta figure out how to make those changes during our actual workflow and printing shirts. So we will continue on our path of lean improvement in the next video. So make sure you guys click the thumbs up button on this for me, subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you again in the next one.